Hello everyone, it is Riley Birch from Riley Birch Oscar Buzz, and today I'm going to be ranking all 15 of the nominated short films for the 94th Academy Awards by my preference. Now, just a few disclaimers out of the way first. These are entirely subjective and based off of my personal opinion and my personal experience with these films after only one viewing each. I have only seen all of these films once, and if I like a film that you don't like, I'm sorry that you don't like it more. And if I don't like a movie that you like, don't take that as me trying to rain on your parade or trying to dissuade you from liking the film. Things are better when people like things. So, without any further ado, I'm going to be ranking all 15 short films from the documentary, live action, and animated categories. So at 15, I have Affairs of the Art. So this film, I liked the style of it, but I found it a bit disjointed. I found it kind of pretentious about art. Films about art kind of have to have a nice balance of not feeling like you're calling yourself an artist over and over again. And this is kind of what I got from this film. It's just the filmmakers trying to call themselves artists over and over again. And I felt like it didn't really have a ton meaningful to say. At number 14, I have On My Mind, which I thought had some strong performances, strong emotions, particularly at the end. However, a large portion of this film reads like a first or second year screenwriting conflict exercise, and you really feel the writer in the room the entire time you're watching this film. At number 13, I have The Windshield Wiper, which is a very good meditation on love, and it takes a lot of different elements of love and puts them together. However, it is pretty heavy-handed, and it could have been told in a much more compelling way. Although it's not compelling, it just could have been significantly more compelling. At number 12, I have Box Ballet, which I thought was a sweet and nice romance that got a lot stronger as it got on, but I found it a little formulaic, and the beginning was not its strength. At number 11, I have The Long Goodbye, which I thought was pretty strong throughout, except for the end, which I didn't really love. I thought the majority of the film, the two different halves of it, were really, really well contrasted with each other. I really liked what it was going for, but I felt like the end of it was just a little heavy-handed and a little unpolished, / it feels a little incomplete overall as a package. Number 10, I have The Queen of Basketball. Now, I quite liked this film, and it had a really interesting subject matter, and I thought that she was a really fascinating interview. However, it was slightly formulaic in its presentation, and I was not terribly invested in the filmmaking or the presentation of the information, mostly just the information. Number 9, I have Robin Robin, which was very cute, very emotional, if a bit too long. I think that it could have dealt with being like 25 minutes instead of 30 minutes. But it was cute. It had a lot of nice recurring gags. It had a decent amount of emotion in it, so I quite liked Robin Robin. At 8, I have 3 Songs for Benazir, where the highs of this film are ridiculously high and I think are up there with the best of the short films. However, the rest of it I found kind of just okay. However, there are certain moments in this film that really, really hit me. At number 7, I have Lead Me Home, which was heartbreaking, completely just devastating to watch these people who are homeless. It humanized them, which depressingly we don't actually see that much in media. And I thought the scenes were well edited together in scenes, but it was a tad too long, I think, for my liking. At number 6, I have The Dress, which I thought had ridiculously strong characterization of its main character. It was really well edited. It was really emotional. However, the ending, I think, can be interpreted in like 3 different ways, and I don't really like any of those 3 that I came up with. And I feel like if you just didn't have the very end of the film, it would have been significantly higher on this ranking. Number 5, you have Bastia, which I thought was terrifying. It was great look at torture and not self-indulgence, but just indulgence overall. It was a little rough around the edges at times, but I thought that its emotion, its filmmaking was really, really strong, and it hit me really hard. 4, I have Please Hold, which has phenomenal world building, probably the best world building out of any of these. And the metaphors are tight, they're strong, they work completely, it's very clean, except the end is a bit abrupt. I feel like it comes just a little out of nowhere, and I wish that it was actually a tad longer so we could have actually had a bit more build up to the ending. At number 3, I have Audible, which the sound work in Audible is incredible. This has probably the best filmmaking out of all of these films. The filmmaking is incredible. The narrative is very strong, if a tad uneven at times, but I really loved this film. At number 2, I have When We Were Bullies, which I know has been controversial, but I loved it. It was a different perspective on bullying, and it had a lot of great things to say about regret, about self-indulgence. I understand the criticism that a lot of people have that it's very self-indulgent, and I think that it's about self-indulgence, so it kind of worked in that way for me. And living in this man's mind of him going all the way back through it, it is very self-indulgent, but I think it worked for this film. And at number 1, I have Ala Kachu, Take and Run, which I thought was the strongest throughout, was the most consistent of the films. It was heartbreaking, the characterization was really strong, the lead actress's performance was great. I think the characters overall, all of them, were very well actualized and very well realized, and I thought that this one was the most full package, complete all-around film. Now, just to recap, at number 15, I have Affairs of the Art, 14, On My Mind, 13, The Windshield Wiper, 12, Box Ballet, 11, The Long Goodbye, 10, The Queen of Basketball, 9, Robin Robin, 8, Three Songs for Benazir, 7, Lead Me Home, 6, The Dress, 5, Bastia, 4, Please Hold, 3, Audible, 2, When We Were Bullies, and 1, Ala Kachu, Take and Run. So that was my rankings of all of the short films. In the next couple of days, I will have my rankings of all of the feature-length films coming out. I still have a couple more to see, but look for that in the upcoming days. And thank you for watching.